So, Aliyah Boston just signed the biggest contract in WNBA history. And yeah, she has signed for 4 years, $6.3 million. An entire $1.3 million more than Angel Wilson's contract. Although, she's going to be paid the exact same amount every single year as Angel Wilson. She is taking the Supermax for the next 3 seasons. That is a scary one for the Indiana Fever. I'm going to be completely real here. It's going to be extremely difficult for the Indiana Fever to win a title with Aliyah Boston. But go get that money. Go get that money. I can't say Aliyah hasn't earned it. I can't say she hasn't earned a Supermax. But it is the biggest contract in WNBA history, and I think for talk a little bit more about what it means for the Fever. This year she's making $1 million, which means MHA is probably on a minimum. Which is, by the way, if she's on a minimum, that's one of the best contracts in the WNBA. I mean that when I say that. She is one of the best contracts. MHA on a minimum. I get it, she wasn't good last year for Dallas, but she was still on a damn max. How you can get a player for a minimum who's just come off a max. It was like Erica Wheeler being on a minimum last year, because she just had an iffy season for the Indiana Fever. That being said, the situation now with Aliyah is there is a standard that Aliyah's got to be at. Aliyah's got to be perennial all WNBA. I think she's got to be. I think she got better this offseason. And I don't see that being any sort of an issue. She's got to be she's got to be an MVP candidate. A perennial MVP candidate. And yeah, you can see why they're not going to be able to afford Kelsey Mitchell. Assuming, even if Caitlin takes a pay cut, Caitlin will have to probably take the minimum. Aliyah, if I'm not mistaken, Aliyah, it's 6.3 million, and this year is 1 million. So the next years are 5.3 million a year. So let's just go to, let's just go to calculator. Let's go 5.3 million. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, why did I say 5.3? 5.3 million divided by 3. And she's making 1.7 million a year on average for over the last 3 years of her contract. The likelihood is that Aliyah, Lexi, and Monique Billings are going to be making $3 million of the salary cap next year combined. And let's say the salary raises by $1 million. Those 3 players are still going to take up a solid close to 40% of the salary cap. It's not an ideal situation at all. And when you've got 2 role players and albeit a star. We're not going to say Aliyah's anything other than a star, if not a superstar in this league. But for me, this contract is a wild one. It's they wanted to make her the highest paid player in history in order for taking a $200K pay decrease this year. And look, we've got a lot of players willing to take that pay cut. Kelsey Plum's been willing to take that pay cut. A lot of players have been willing to take that $1 million pay cut without having to get a 4-year-long Supermax. 4-year-long Supermax or a 3-year Supermax after this. This is obviously why Kelsey Mitchell is not going to be there next year. And you've now got a situation where it is Caitlin and Aliyah. And I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't think that's going to be enough to win a title. I really don't think Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston is going to be enough to win a title. And now you've got a situation where you're not really going to be able to get much depth. Caitlin's going to have to take a pay cut, and the following year, they're not going to be able to afford Lexi Hull. The Fever are not running back the big 3 next year. They're not going to be it's going to be Caitlin, Aliyah, and friends. And by friends, I mean minimums. Because I would be shocked if Caitlin doesn't sign the Supermax. Like, at this stage, if Aliyah's taking the Supermax, I would say Caitlin's taking the Supermax. And not only that, even taking the regular max, that's the two of them combined for 37% of the salary cap. In a city where people are not going to be taking pay cuts. It becomes really, really difficult to put together a championship team. But at the same time, look, shout out Aliyah. Shout out Aliyah. Go get your money. Genuinely go get your money. Let's not, we're not going to complain about that. Like, everyone, go get your money. Like, I'd never tell anyone to leave behind millions and millions of dollars if you're offered it. So, fair play to Aliyah Boston. Serious contract. For the Indiana Fever, it does make things significantly tougher for them. It does make things tougher for them long term. And, like, I would say it makes it really tough for the Fever to contend, especially with what the Liberty are doing. For the Fever to contend, they would have to be a team that is, like, on the margins. That's what they would have to be. They would have to be one of these teams that are really good at scouting overseas, really good at finding minimum contract players to be roster spots, really good at things like that. And they're just not. Like, I think we can be real here. The Indiana Fever just aren't. They're not a team that's good on the margins. They're not a team that scouts well. The rumor has it they drafted Raven Johnson because they sent a scout to watch South Carolina practice. And the scout was like, oh my God, this is like, they practice like pros practice. She's going to be ready right away. So, like, no actual, like, no analytics, no, like, you know, the way teams have, like, drafting and scouting models and trying to find things. Basically, they drafted her because she went to South Carolina. Like, it is as simple as that. They drafted Raven Johnson because she went to South Carolina. So, like, this is an unserious front office scouting wise. And I don't think you can win with a player making a Supermax if you're an unserious franchise. And that's not on Aliyah Boston. Go get your money. Go get your money. And I have no idea what they're going to do with Caitlin Clark's contract. I can't see Caitlin Clark leaving money on the table at this stage. I could see, my prediction is that Caitlin's probably going to sign a 3-year. I reckon she's probably going to go and sign so that for the 3 years, so that they lose as soon as the 3 years signed, the Fever lose team control, then I could see her walking. My guess is that Caitlin and Aliyah are going to play out whatever contract is at the same time. And if it's not working out, they're going to walk. I don't see either of these two playing past 28 years old for the Indiana Fever. I reckon at 28, both of these players will be gone from the Fever. That is my prediction. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.